just imagine Michael Jordan tweeting in lieu of all these LeBron versus Jordan debates that are going on and just tweeting, guys, I'm better than LeBron. Just imagine. But why do we have to imagine? Well, because Michael Jordan doesn't have a Twitter. But there is a reason for that, and I explain what's going on. Y'all, 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NBA, talking MJ, the GOAT, the undisputed GOAT, Michael Jordan. And with all of these sort of debates coming up between LeBron versus Jordan, I wanted to sort of dive into a subject that a lot of people sort of throw under the carpet, hand off under the rug, and just don't really pay attention to this subject, but it is very important. So let's imagine now what would have happened if Michael Jordan played during the social media era that LeBron James is currently playing in. So first things first, we see LeBron firsthand in this social media era. He's got a Facebook, he's got a Snapchat, he's got a Twitter, he's got an Instagram, he's got everything on there. He is on social media. You can access him. Now during playoff time, he does tend to stay off of social media. He goes into, night mode sort of, where he doesn't want to go on social media during the playoffs, and that is fine. But during the off season, during the regular season, you can totally access LeBron James, and he has answered back to fans on social media. He's done Q&As on Twitter and whatnot. So as a fan of LeBron James, you could even talk so-and-so to LeBron if you wanted to talk smack or say stuff, and he might respond. He just might, and that's the beauty of it, is because LeBron James is on all of these social medias, we can access him, and we feel like we can have access to the best player in the world playing right now. And it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to see that. So I want to twist the table a little bit here, and let's pretend Michael Jordan played in the social media era. So what would have happened if MJ, the undisputed GOAT, would have played in the social media era? One quick thing I want you guys to understand about MJ, okay? At the peak of his career, and believe you me, I have watched a lot of MJ tapes, documentaries, games, and whatnot. Everything is on YouTube. I know people say that if you didn't grow up during the time, it doesn't, you didn't see what it felt like to watch MJ. Well, look, you can do your research and you can look up all of the tapes, highlights, and games and whatnot. There are full-length games out there. But point being, if you go back to MJ's peak around the first three-peat, 91, 92, 93, Michael Jordan, and you can go look up the tapes, people have said this, was Teflon to the media. You could not penetrate through Michael Jordan's sort of aura, sort of stature. The media was responsible for that. So the media was basically on MJ's side. They did not want MJ to be viewed as anything less than, if you will, a god, okay? And at that time, he was. The NBA was never more popular. Michael Jordan was the biggest thing in the world at that time, probably. And the media, if anybody wrote anything bad about Jordan, you were automatically blackballed, and you were sort of dismissed from the other media members, because you know what? Everybody at that time was making money because of Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan knew this, the media knew this, because of, like I mentioned, how popular the NBA got. And so the media realized, hey, listen, we are all prospering, we're all making money, there's no point to sort of poke holes into this, even though there were holes to be poked into it, okay? And so basically, like I mentioned, there was nothing bad said about Jordan. There was all good stuff about Jordan. Anybody that wrote bad stuff about Jordan was looked bad upon. And Michael Jordan was also the type of player that was very, very, very image conscious, and he did not want anything bad written about him. Now, of course, nobody does, but he made a point to go up to reporters, to go up to writers, and let them know, hey, I saw what you wrote about. If a reporter wrote something bad about Jordan, he probably wouldn't talk to him for like 2 weeks. And so the thing is, he was very image conscious, and he made a point of that, to talk to reporters about stories and whatnot. So life was great for MJ, because everything that was written about MJ was good. By the way, you guys see I have the Jordan hat on for a reason. So basically, if you had taken everything into account, because everybody wanted to be like Mike at the time, and that was the NBA's marketing ability, Nike's marketing ability to make Jordan this sort of, like I mentioned, Teflon Don figure to where nothing could penetrate through the marketability. What would have happened if he had played during the social media era right now? Well, a lot of those holes that I talked about that could have been poked into would have been poked into. What do I mean by this? For instance, like when Michael Jordan went to Atlantic City for gambling during the 1993 Eastern Conference Finals before a couple of playoff games. Imagine if LeBron James or Kobe Bryant or anybody else did that. They would have gotten ridiculed on Twitter like crazy. Then when Michael Jordan lost to Shaq and Penny Hardaway, when he came back out of retirement in the semifinals, when he lost to the bad boy Pistons, kept losing to them really. When Michael Jordan didn't really develop a three-point shot for the first really half of his career, the first 3, 4, 5 seasons. When Allen Iverson broke his ankles, imagine how viral that would have gone on Twitter and social media everywhere. Oh my God, Nike would have confiscated the tape. Jordan would have totally found a way to hit that. That would have been crazy with AI breaking his ankles, and we just never really hear about that. And then, of course, there would have been the conspiracy theory. I 100% believe this conspiracy theory. When Michael Jordan, a lot of people want to say that he, retired, but the conspiracy theory would have been he basically had to quit on his team because the NBA was going to suspend him for a year and a half for gambling, and there was an investigation into that. You guys can go look it up. For Michael Jordan, they would have suspended him. That would have totally killed his marketability for sure. And so the NBA and Jordan and everybody involved decided it would be best for him to just say, I'm going to go try baseball for a year and a half, come back right after, and then everything is great again. So imagine what would have happened if at that time when Michael Jordan did retire, we would have been in the social media era. Everybody and their moms would have been conspiracy theorists as to why MJ is retiring. There would have been also good stuff when MJ would have came back out of retirement. Twitter would have probably exploded when MJ had that whole facts about I'm back. So it's kind of crazy. All of these things would have had a much different impact had this happened during the social media era. There is a reason why Michael Jordan still doesn't have any social media right now. You can go look him up. As of right now, he doesn't have any Twitter, Facebook, whatnot, because even now, Michael Jordan, people would not be able to say anything to him to take away the legacy he's already created. I mean, that's already there, but yet MJ still doesn't want people tweeting at him, saying anything bad about him. He'd rather not, because he lived at a time when that was the case for MJ, because like I mentioned, the media protected him, and it's great. I wish stars would have had that same treatment, but right now with the social media era, you got the superstars playing right now: Russ Westbrook, James Harden, LeBron James. I'm not going to say Kevin Durant because I think he gets treated way too fairly. Steph Curry, all these other guys, they don't get the same treatment as MJ, okay? Because of the social media era, and it's kind of crazy how that works, but it would have definitely been interesting. Point being, though, would it have taken away from Jordan being the undisputed GOAT? No, I don't believe so. I think Michael Jordan still would have been the greatest player of all time, but I do think it would not have been undisputed and unanimous like it is right now. That's the only thing. Michael Jordan right now is the unanimous GOAT, and that would have not have happened if he had played during the social media era. I think too many opinions and all of these people coming together dissecting Jordan would have found, like I mentioned, holes here and there. But like I said, it's nice to look at, and that's probably what would have happened. Let me know what you guys think would have happened if Michael Jordan played during the social media era. I think he would have still been the GOAT, but I do think it would be a debate for sure. Leave a comment down below, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.